Okay. It starts at like 220.
Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Let me start streaming. This is the first time we've talked about Fox, right? Or it's gonna be the first time?
I think so.
Okay, cool. 220. Okay. Honestly, I don't really have anything to say before going into it, other than I don't know, matchup hard. Probably nothing you haven't already heard, so we could just watch.
I fucking hate Spaceys, bro.
They
Not
are
actually.
fucking evil. They feel so
Evil,
bad to
dude.
play against until you're shitting on them, and that's like, wow, I love playing against Fox.
Dude, speaking of Fox, bro. I'm sorry, I gotta ask you, dude. Why did you play Falco against Panko, bro?
I switched. I just main Falco now.
That's like an unwinnable matchup, dude.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
It's
I wasn't
okay.
going to Big House to win. If I wanted to win, I would have played Fox, then got like top eight. So it's like whatever. But I played Falco because I switched to Falco in June, and I was like, well, I don't want. I'm not like a dual main guy. If I'm gonna pick a character, I want to solo main. So I was like, I'll play Falco, and I was like, I've literally played 30 minutes of Falco Puff total, and I have no intention of winning. So
You're crazy for that, dude.
it's okay. I'm not there to be the goat. I just wanted to get the tournament over with. I was mostly at Big House by obligation because I had agreed to enter the tournament because someone flew me out, and I was like, okay. So I wasn't too like keen.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
It's okay. Palco,
I said to ask you what's up with it.
yeah, Pango. Maybe he might get my Fox another time. I can give him the hands
No, like
then.
you would have ruined him, dude.
I know. I know. I know. I know. Look, I just gave him a better tournament. I'm a kind guy. He has a good win now too.
He needs it, bro.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, one thought actually. Just seeing that Stomp. I think Stomp against Fox, it gets used a ton by the Falcons, and everyone's like, "Yeah, it's so good." But like, I think of Stomp as like something you use every now and then, only like retreating, because it's super laggy. It Fox can always like with punish it on reaction, and if Fox is just like dash dancing, like he's not in lag or anything, he'll always be able to at worst shield the stomp if like he ends up really close to you. And so I really only like using it when it's like, okay, I'm moving away from the Fox, so like if they do approach, maybe their move will whiff, or it's like I'm reading an approach or something, or like I'm making space where they can't just whiff punish me easily, and that kind of stuff. Because I think getting hit by something like running shine off rip is one of the worst possible things of all time. You just get
Okay.
wave shine and then combo, and it's like this is bullshit.
I do. Okay. So, I'm not even trying to fight back, but that is something I need to talk about because
Yeah.
like okay, so like when I first started like learning how to like actually play melee, S Teams gave me a lesson where he was like, yeah, man, like at zero you should be using like 50% stomp, 50% grab against Fox. I've evolved past that point of like true like 50-50 just stomp and grab. I don't think that works, but it's like pretty important to my like low percent like bit.
Yeah.
Um so do you think it would be like if I'm worried about getting stomped out, do you think it's safe to just like try to just like wall there instead? Like what you know?
I think walling there's fine. I mean, I think I personally am of the belief that you could use every Falcon move at zero. It just as long
Really?
the issue isn't the move, it's how spaced you are. And
That's
so
real.
it's like Nair is totally fine. If you're hitting them with the tip of Nair, they're not going to be able to even CC whiff punish you. And if you get whiff punished, like dash dance, they just hard red you, and it's like I'm okay with that.
Hmm.
Bear again, really good if you space it because your dash is fast enough to not like get CC punished. And then that one's actually really hard to like dash dance with punish, and so it's like because the move's big and whatever, and I don't think it has that much landing lag, and so it's like okay, cool. Bear's great. Stomp is good to hit. It's really good to hit, but among the Falcon moves, probably probably not my favorite. Probably my least favorite among the moves that you could use at zero, just because um, I feel like getting stomp grab is good and all that stuff, but it is really risky a lot of the time. And I guess I should have mentioned knee earlier, but I actually don't think knee is that obviously that good at zero because it doesn't knock down.
Yeah, dude, knee sucks.
Yeah, I think zero's a Nair and bear game more so than like a knee, or more so than like a stomp. Also, grab's obviously on the table. Grab's always on the table. You should grab always. I don't
That's
think
the
that
one,
changes
dude.
with percent. You could just grab whenever and it'll be
Yeah,
pretty
dude.
good. Yeah, I think just worry about zoning. That's your
Yep.
thing. Do your
I'll
drift
try more
back
space in there.
nairs. Yeah, dash dancing super hard, going far away and coming back in because you're fast enough to do that with your dash dances, and that kind of stuff. Ooh, bad tech scope. It
I
works
did
out.
one.
It worked it perfectly. Oh, you did the thing too. Nice.
I got this.
Can you drop zone? I'm pretty sure you could drop zone knee at this percent
You
on
definitely
reaction.
can.
Yeah.
I'm like scared, dude.
Yeah, you do insta die if you mess it up, so that does suck, but definitely
No,
worth
you're
it.
right. I need to go for it.
Yeah.
It comes up again later.
Okay. Uh, oh, I think you meant to dash up air. But I actually don't really like dash up air against Fox because it's cool against Falco because Falco's tall enough to get hit by it just standing, but it goes over Fox's head. And so it's like
You can hit Fox with it. It's just
standing, really?
yeah. That's how I practice it.
Okay, cool. I did not know that.
It's a little bit more inconsistent.
Yeah, that makes sense. It seems
I
even
think
tighter.
I think it's like Fox if you get like the frame 2 1. I think Falco you can get like frame threes. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then up air seemed or was a lot more reasonable there. I do kind of think though that right here, after whiffing that bear, I'm like, I want like Fox is probably gonna try and pressure me by doing some dash action or maybe a full hop or whatever. And so I'd be way more willing to dash dance just because like this even remotely being a reality means like insta death. You know?
Yeah, I like pick like the worst option to fight into that too.
Yeah, yeah. So that's at least how I feel about that situation. I do think the up air has situations where it's really good though. I would just play it more passively because this spacing is scary for you because Fox can actually like be proactive in ways that are super dangerous. Like the fact that up
Yeah,
tilt is on the table if you approach here, or wave dash back up tilt's on the table if you space an aerial here means it's kind of like a danger zone.
yeah. I think um I think like what happens here is like a bad symptom of it and like almost like a I think that was the pseudo misinput, but even like the regular dash up there is like pretty bad there.
Yeah.
I think like my like thoughts on a lot of this set was like okay like this player is like a lot better than me. I'm just gonna try and take her to like Mega Mix Central,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't really like that's like the way I'm trying to learn how to play the game, but isn't the way that I've like learned how to play the game thus far. Um, I think it kind of like bites me in the ass a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just spitballing here, you know.
No, I mean I think that makes sense. I definitely think when you play against a good player, you feel like okay, playing against someone good, I gotta like do things, you know?
Hmm.
Because like how else do you feel like you're gonna beat them if you're not doing things? But I also think like another way to think about it is I am playing against a good player, and I, have some confidence in the things I do regularly, and so I'm going to try and do those the best possible and then work with it. Because it's really hard to play in tournament and do something new. It's like
Oh,
already hard enough in friendlies, but in tournament, I'm trying not to lose. I don't want to die instantly. I can't mess up. And so it's just so much more likely that something horrible happens. Like, oh, you miss your dash and now you're getting wave dash up tilted and might get edge guarded or gimped, you know?
yeah.
So, uh,
Yeah, how many is
nice.
not fucking with it?
Oh, that sucks. Nice. Oh, you missed your JC grab. That was a super
I
good ledge
did.
dash though. Word. DI. Recovery. Nice. That was good. And then you missed your combo off of it. Uh, oh, you just accidentally wave dashed too far, so you weren't comfortable to like hit the crouch deck chase. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Oh. Hmm. I think the knee made sense, but I feel like I am not as confident in this situation playing out in the exact way where knee would work, so I have to think about dash dance grabbing more often.
Okay.
Just because it's
Or
like, the way, at least the way you did the knee, you're kind of like, I want to hit knee. I know they're going to be somewhere in the corner, but I want to like lean towards the potential of them dashing forwards. But that's kind of like unreliable because then this will happen if they wait directly in the corner and then you're whiffing in front of them and then it's really awkward. Which is it's like pretty bad for Falcon to end up next to Fox in almost any situation. And so it's like if say for example you're like, okay, I'm gonna play a bit more like passively or reactively, you would come down from the shield drop upper dash dance and then be like, oh, there's just a down tilt, and you grab and try and gimp them.
mhm.
I do think the knee is a good read though, obviously. What the heck? It's doing the thing again. Let me refresh. 221. Mm, I think the Nair is greedy. Uh, I feel like a really important part of this matchup for Falcon to not like end up kind of getting trolled is like being really good at judging how long you actually have to do an action, like an aerial more specifically, and then like playing the situations well. Because you missed the stomp and you saw that the fox was like doing something around here, and you're like, oh, I have space. I get to Nair, but Nair is really, really, really slow. And so you Nair, and then you're trading with Bear, and it's like, why did the situation that I like was aware would happen go so poorly? And now you might like die.
Was I just like a little bit too close?
Um, I don't think it was the spacing. I just think you didn't have enough time
Yeah.
because you missed a stomp, and you guys are
Mm.
both in lag right now, and it's like your frame advantage is like pretty similar for her getting out of her wave dash and you like jumping. And so then it seems pretty bad if you're on similar frame time to like try and nair when Fox is actionable because Fox's
Yeah.
actions are faster than yours, right?
That bastard.
Yeah, and so I think being able to judge it well enough to be like, do I actually have time to nair, and then deciding between like either nairing or like dashing slash crouch will help a lot, and it matters in so many situations where you like whiff and you have to play another interaction with Fox. A gritty jump. Nice. Oh, nice. Oh, that was a good side B too. Uh, do you know about how on DI away around this percent you could do dash rising up air and you'll clip them like right here with it?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just a true
Cool.
combo. It helps a lot when they get hit at this exact percent, and it's like, what the fuck do I do? Because you can't
Dude,
hit them before they
I've been doing
fall.
the coverage, and then like sometimes you knock them over the raptor boost, and I'm like, wait, I thought it was an insta kill.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not. And then it's hard to react to the tech rolls because they're on fire.
Yep. Yeah. So if you can get the upper there, it just makes it easier. It skips a step. Red roll. This is pretty. I think dashing towards Fox after whiffing the stomp was pretty greedy. So it's like whiff the stomp, and this is totally fine. But it's kind of similar to the other position where it's like once if you whiff an action and Fox didn't just punish it, that probably means he's actionable enough to like punish the next thing you do. And so you kind of have to be thinking on like the next level of like, okay, well, what is Fox gonna do to try and pressure me after I whiff? And so by dashing forward, it's like, oh well, sure you might catch a Fox dashing back, but why would a Fox dash back when you're in lag from stomp and they could like try and pressure?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Oh, nice. This is you up.
Simple. Yeah.
Oh, you missed the reaction on the side B. That sucks. You could have shielded it. Nice. Oh, nice goat.
I got those, bro.
Oh my god, that was insane.
I got BM'd.
Yeah, you gotta count. 1, 2, always.
Is that the invincibility?
Yeah, invincibility is always 2 seconds.
I kind of just been feeling it out this whole time.
Mm-hmm. You're pretty close. I do think the leg invincibility might have had something to do with that down smash, honestly. I'm not sure though. Nice. Yeah, this is another position actually. Yeah, this is the same exact thing as the other one, where it's like you whiff the stomp and you know that they're like in some amount of lag, but you like try and do a slower action. But if you're sitting there knowing that Fox is going to try and defend themselves, you dash chance grab this bear every time, and then at worst get a 50-50 on getting them in the corner, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, shit on. Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
Fox.
Bad game. Nice. Hmm. You've, I think you've been right on a decent amount of like tech reads, but you've hit so few of them. This is actually something we talked about when you were watching Falco too. Yeah, and it's like you knew that they're gonna like roll away. Maybe you thought they were gonna tech in place, and then you adjusted your drift for
I
roll away
think
at the
that's
last
what happened
second.
there.
Okay, that makes sense.
I
Oh,
do still miss these more than I should, but I think with that specific circumstance.
yeah, that's what it felt like watching it. You've realized. Yeah. That's fine. But I do think in other situations you have missed a lot of the reads.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I actually have to go to the bathroom.
Got you.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, oh, this is actually also something we talked about in the Falcon lesson, but getting really good at telling if they'll land on the platform or you'll be able to hit them before. And I think this is a spot where I don't know if you knew if she would land on the platform or go slightly below or be slightly above it or what. And I think
Yeah.
not even like I don't even think it's a thing where you have to, you know, sit down and practice it, but maybe like the next time you watch yourself play or maybe when you're playing, just think about it and kind of like pattern recognition over time. It's like, oh, this one at this percent, I guess I had to hit, you know, hit them before they fall on the platform, or this one I had to tech chase. And once you do that enough times, I think you'll like end up with a pretty good repertoire. And then positions like these will be like, oh, I think you also meant to dash jump, which is a part of it too. But then you'll be like, oh, I'm ready to actually like, you know, tech chase this position and get the kill when I, you know, actually got it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. You also did up the F smash. Dude, I swear no one does that anymore.
Dude, I don't know why not, dude. That shit's fucking OP, dude.
I know. F smash is so
You get them
good.
to like 90s Falcon, you just start up throwing them, and you just will get a kill eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. Just misspaced the grab. Honestly, I I kind of feel like that grab was greedy. I think everyone would have known watching it that they would have landed exactly here during that exact full hop timing, but I feel like it might be worthwhile, like some portion of the time, to play more passively around full hops right out of scrambles, just because there's so much like variance in the situation beforehand, where like you might not always be able to execute it well. And so like the situation before was like, oh, you're juking her out during invincibility, and then you come down and realize that you want to get it right. You do this good dash through to like mix them up, and you're like, oh, I got them. But it's like, there was like enough working pieces because you know she might not have like full hopped or the dash that you like might have been thinking about to where like it would be hard to always perfectly like hit this read, you know.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, it's kind of hard to say since it's after a position where you like tricked her, but like I totally think just doing jump nair and spacing it right here, like the tip of your nair right here, is pretty good. And it might not be the most value, but you get enough pressure to where like in a lot of the situational outcomes, you will like grab her after the nair, you know?
This is like I think this is like a like one thing that I talked about with Mateo a long while ago. That was like a lot of times like I try and cover like option in place with grab.
Mm-hmm.
And Falcon just has like huge hitboxes that I could just cover with instead.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's part of that.
Yeah, I think it's
Just
it's
checking.
it's good to grab it. I definitely think it's good to grab it, but it's just so much easier to use a big move when you're not 1,000,000% sure that's the exact thing that's gonna happen, you know?
Oh.
Oh, you missed your CC grab. That's actually super big. Because this could have been just a tech chase, you know, and to win the game. If you hit your CC on or hit your CC grab on the up tilt. And now you're getting up tilted again, hit off stage, and who knows what could have happened, you know?
God gave me another chance, bro.
Facts. I wonder how much you could react with this bear. Because I feel like you hit this bear, and I think it was actually impossible to tell if she CC'd it or not. And so, because like, if you know, if she didn't CC it, bear grab is totally chill here. You have so much frame advantage. But since she CC or ASDI'd it, look how far away she got pushed, and then it's like your grab just whiffs, even though you're like right, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's like if you can be right about the situation, and there's still times where like the thing you go for doesn't work, then it's like maybe there's like some variable in the situation that like makes it inconsistent. And in this case, it'd be ASDI pushback that you can't like actually tell. It's I think another way to look at it is like after you hit this late bear and you don't know if they're gonna CC or not, you can't tell what's gonna happen. Doing something like maybe dash back, instant drift back nair could be good to try and space the tip of your nair around here-ish, or more like around here-ish, or just dash dancing and then seeing what happens. Or even doing the bear and the dash back stomp or something, you know. I think something that is less like immediately committal in positions where you aren't. I mean, actually, it's just similar to the last one, where it's like where you aren't exactly sure what's going to happen. Just makes situations like these happen so much less often. Because if you lean into the spots where you know that the grab will work and there's no variance, then like you'll have spots like these that you don't get hit in, and then you'll have the other spots where you just get the grab, and that will always end up pretty good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you another spot where I think you didn't really play around the fact that Fox had faster like hitboxes than you. So you try and jump out of shield, probably in there, maybe to stomp, maybe to do something, and then Fox is just bearing you in the face. Good nair. Nice. Nice. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh, do it again.
Oh yeah.
Nice, nice. That was a good ending.
Thanks, man.
I think the biggest takeaways. Also, there's one thing that I didn't mention is whenever you get hit off stage, you did double jump back aerial, and it worked. But I could very reasonably see it not work next game because it went
Dude,
unpunished 3 times.
I think I get punished for it a few times. I was thinking about this because I watched the set back afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I remember even thinking about it during the set. There was like a few times where I got punished for it. But there was also just all these more times I like kept not getting punished for it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't really know what to like do with that information. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I feel like too if you're Falcon, like and like I'm like spitballing here, like trying to run this logic by you, okay? Like if I'm Falcon recovering, like fuck it, dude. I'll go for that. Like you're probably gonna kill me anyway.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I don't know how to value it if it's working a reasonable like amount of the time, but I guess the way that I view it is I feel like you doing like a double jump in place as your baseline, like some double jump thing where you kind of hover over the ledge and think about maybe falling to it or maybe falling on stage or something, is like really good because the only way that they hit you out here is by doing something committal enough that loses to the double jump back aerial. And so then
Mm-hmm.
I kind of see it as like if you do the double jump in place as your baseline, then you could be like, okay, well, a good portion of the time we're doing things that just lose to me doing double jump aerial, and then you could switch, and it's like you're being accurate in your judgment, you know?
Yeah.
I think that might give you the space to be able to like judge it reasonably.
Okay.
FD impossible stage incoming.
No, dude, no. Fod's the impossible one. FT's fine, dude.
Nice. Oh my god, you messed up immediately.
Insane misinput, dude.
It happens. It really does. Oh, you should practice teching up smash. You've missed every tech on
Yeah.
low percent up smash.
Yeah, I'm just like so like not ready to get hit in this game sometimes, man. You
Understandable.
know?
Very understandable. But you just kind of got to
Can I
know.
can I hit it there?
Yeah. You can, it
Oh man.
stops working at 18%.
Okay.
So as long as you're below 18% after the shine, if you just press down and then the trigger, you'll take it.
I got a double stick down, right?
You could do one stick.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. Mess up. Oh. Okay, actually, I do have thoughts on this up air. I saw it and I was curious if how I felt about it, but I think this up air ended up working, but I don't think it was that good because if you look at where Fox, because you saw the Fox run off and you're like, oh, okay, I think it was run off. What was it? I don't remember exactly. Yeah, you saw the Fox run off and you're like, okay, they're gonna spend time double jumping back to the ledge, and maybe I'll like get an up air. But like the up air only really makes sense if the Fox does like a falling area. Because then if they empty land, they're in like 8 frames less a lag or something like that, right? And that matters a lot because if they're in lag from the bear, they probably get up aired. But then when they're not, you do this rising upper off ledge and you get shined out of shield, it's the worst thing of all time, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think changing the way you view this situation to like deciding how you want to interact around the possibility of an empty land, because most of the good foxes are going to end up empty landing here because I don't think there's a reason to bear. And so then it's like, what will I do instead? And as like a frame of reference, I think honestly, Wizzy would just ledge stall here. He would probably just jump up hack stash and call it a day, and then the Fox would be like, oh, Falcon's jumping up, let me do something. And then he'd get a really easy punish on like a full hop or something, you know?
Word.
Nice, really good. Mess up. Happen. Damn, it just worked. Go.
It just works, dude. Like
It just works.
reinforcing my bad habits over here.
Yeah. Probably down tilt on this DI. Yeah, I think on
I think I can get a regrab there too.
Oh yeah, you definitely can get a regrab on no DI.
I mean, that's the Bag Junior. It's Nover's Falcon. That's what he does. He just up there chain grabs.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I do think at this percent, this might start being the percent where hitting Fox is better than regrabbing.
Yeah, down tilt there. I never down tilt up there. I need to.
Yeah, I like it just because, you know, they get hit probably around here most of the time, or maybe they DI in, then stay around here, and it's like, you either get like down tilt tech chase or like down tilt hit. And both of those feel pretty good. Because regrabbing just kind of repeats the situation. Oh, double jumping forward, there's greedy. Got a double jump in place. Yeah, if you double jump in place here, you go right here, Fox whiffs the bear, and then you like get to go past them afterward and try and juke out an up B.
I like never double jump in place off stage. You're kind of woke for that, dude.
Kind of woke.
I didn't realize that was the thing you can do.
Yeah, it's super good. Imagine you double jump in place, up B right here, and then just fly past the Fox falling, and it feels so good, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, that stomp was so greedy. Super duper duper greedy. And this is like a game losing stomp. You get shine on a shield or shield grabbed here, Lord knows what horrible things could happen to you. It's got a bear. Bear would have been great. Space the bear, can't punch on shield, it hits, they fly off stage. I'd be happy with that. Oh, you missed your CC grab too. That's something you should practice. CC grab on a bunch of different things. Because it's been up air and up tilt so far. But like, these are all just opportunities. And missing these matters so much. Oh, that was actually the position we talked about earlier too, where you up air from ledge, and then it gets shield, shine on a shielded. So that's, I think we could watch the spot back more specifically. But yeah, this is actually another spot where I think Wizzy probably would have hack stashed and then like probably tried to ledge dash after. But I think if you really want to like, if you know they're going to be around here and you kind of want to like do something about it, you could just waveland forward. Doing a ledge dash, pretty good there. Or I think I mean it's kind of just that hack stash or ledge dash, really, because you can't do anything about shield. Not directly. Oh, horrible DI. Super duper bad. Hmm. I kind of feel like you don't have any reason to hold in there. I know Fort throws on the table, but I kind of feel like worst case scenario, no DIing is your best bet, you know? Just because no DI is fine against forward throw and against up smash. If you no DI, you end up right here, which is like significantly harder to hit slash can't really be hit a lot of the time compared to right here, which is like you get bare edge guarded and are probably dead. You know?
Word. Yeah.
No. I think it's actually important just because Falcon's recovery is not good enough to like make mistakes like this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, maybe you were holding away. Let me see. I want to look at the up smash. It looks like it reversed. It's so hard to tell. And you got you're in the vortex. Oh, you got ADT'd. Okay, I was like, surprised you didn't shield, but you did shield. It just got hit. Nice. Oh, you're the goat. I feel like the full hop here was good, but I think you reacted poorly. I think if you saw that the Fox was like jabbing under you specifically versus like doing another action, I think you would have leaned towards like double jumping a lot compared to landing because jab has so little lag, and so it's like her jabbing under you just doesn't even like matter because it's so not laggy. And so then you end up in this position where you're Captain Falcon right next to Fox, and that's like probably one of the worst positions in the game for you.
Yeah.
And you do just get hit by it and die immediately. So it was like that was a stock losing mistake, you know. Cool. Mr. Tech Chase. I'm kind of surprised you jab there after the up air. I feel like watching it, I think the up air is pretty good. You ended up in a scramble, or you ended up in that kind of scramble, and then it hit her trying to be greedy. But then, if I knew I was hitting that up air, I probably would have just like grabbed afterward. I think you could know that grab would hit based off like the percent and the timing of the up air, because I think the jabs are like, oh, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, so I'm going to try and like play it safe by jabbing, but like you get grab off that up throw or up air, and it's like a real combo, and it seems a lot better. Oh, that side was super. Yeah, no, that side B was. That's fine. That was just a read. You could definitely wait to let them fall there. You get the value. I feel like in this spot you weren't very honed into the idea of Fox being aggressive. I think you assumed that Fox would let you like chill, and so you like were setting up a longer dash dance to, you know, maybe do something with the positioning. But I see this position, and I'm like, holy shit, Fox is gonna kill me immediately. What do I do to stop it? You know? Does that make sense?
That does. I'm following you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I'd be like, I think the dash back was totally fine, but if I were dashing back, I'd be like, I'm either dash back double jumping, I'm dash back short hop bearing, I'm dash back stomping, or like I'm dash back wave dashing down. I'm almost never dashing back forward, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
There goes the double jump area getting hit. God. I think there might have been a few missed opportunities there. The spare was good. The second bear is fine. You can also stomp there, and it hits a bit lower, and it's pretty good. I think after the stomp situation, you started bearing again. I kind of feel like you went into bear mode instead of reacting, because I would have done this bear, and then I think you could have seen that she rolled and then dash sense grabbed it, or like turn around grabbed it, you know. But then since you're still in bear mode, you bear again, and it's like you missed a pretty big opportunity there. After the snare, I think you didn't judge how she was DIing while she got hit by the nair. And so you're like, I'm gonna jab because I don't know where it's going. But then because you jabbed, you missed the opportunity to do like short hop off, fast fall, soft knee, yeah. And so now you're in this position, and then you get reversaled, and it's like, you know, you had three, or I think it was two different times where you had really good positions where you could have just like potentially killed the Fox, and now you're getting reversaled. And that's like, I mean, that's honestly kind of just how Fox Falcon goes a lot of the time. And it's your job to like prevent that, I guess, by like being really good at paying attention in these spots and not like leaning into playing a certain way. Oh no. Oh my god. Okay. I think if you were reacting better, you could have dash dance grabbed this dash tag. You got it, which is good. This is a really good dash back. I guess he jumped, but the dash back was really good. And if you dash back and let it rock, because you knew Fox couldn't hit you, right? Fox's was right here. His threat range goes to like right here at the furthest, you know. And so it's like if you dash back and let it rock, you'd be about right here, and then you'd be able to react and see what happened behind you. And so then you'd be like, oh, there's a dash attack. I'm just gonna run up, grab it, and then she'd be getting comboed, you know.
Yeah.
Dead. Oh, she didn't want to kill you. Did. I do think I'm glad we also watched that game, because this game I feel like there's a lot more going wrong with you like missing reactions because you were maybe thinking about the situation the wrong way, or maybe like, you know, you just saw something different. And so yeah, I think honestly it's you're playing, I say this every time I watch you, but I do mean it. You're playing neutral pretty well. The problem are the spots that are like maybe one step disconnected from neutral. And then I think you're thinking about it wrong, or maybe messing up, or, you know, misjudging. And I guess the largest takeaway for all of this actually ends up just being paying closer attention to the spots where Fox hitting you is on the table, and then the things you have to pay attention to are judging frame advantage well, judging the spacing well, and having a plan for like how you're gonna hit the different things Fox does, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because I think some of the positions.
People talk about advantage state and shit and fake and melee, and then look down and it's like, that's what I can't do, dude.
It comes up every single time. Dude,
it's so real, dude. It's so real.
That's all of Melee. All of Melee is just who's in slight advantage and gets to make a decision now. Literally. That's it.
Fucking sheeple, bro.
I know. Everyone wants to be like, Melee, you just do whatever you want whenever and read your opponent, but sometimes you can't do that. Movement was tricky. I think it's cool that you empty landed, but I don't think you were ready for the position that followed. Yeah, and so it's like this is another spot where not to say another spot, but I think this is a spot where you did something tricky. So you empty landed, you ran off the platform empty landed, which is good because people are probably going to be expecting you to throw out an aerial, but then you like didn't have a plan for the situation that followed afterwards. And so I think when you run off the platform, what that does in terms of tricking the opponent is it will make them they will think that you're going to do an aerial off, and they will potentially read it with an action like this, whether it's going to be a nair, up smash, run up shine, or whatever, and or they're going to like pressure it afterwards. And the advantage that empty landing gives you is that you will be in less lag, so you could move out the way. And so then, by that metric, say if Fox decides to be aggressive, you being in less lag means that you have more time to punish it, and that you should be looking out for it. Or then that like if they try and be aggressive because of the time that you now have, or if they try and be aggressive at a delayed timing, the time that you now have from not doing the aerial means that your natural like timing for run off, do a move, lines up with them doing like delayed pressure. Does all that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think you kind of thought about it in the wrong way, where it's like, okay, I am at this spacing with Fox. I'm now gonna like do a pivot nair. It's like you get to be aggressive now because you like won the game, you know?
Yeah.
Nice. Up air. Yep, good zoning. I think you misjudged here a bit. You had less time than you expected. I think after this nair, you could have realized that Fox was already running towards you by the time that you're falling by the nair. Or falling from the nair, and so you have to like change gears into defend from Fox mode. Well, you did. You tried to nair, but I guess the way that I see it is I think of nair as like a zoning tool, and I think you could do other things that are like defend from Fox being aggressive, you know? Because nair isn't that fast, and so it's like if I'm defending from Fox being aggressive, I want to do something either faster or that moves me out the way. And so it's like you could forward tilt here. That's pretty good. You could CC, which is cool against nair. You could shield, which is fine. Not the best, but okay. Or you could dash back, which is pretty good. And then do like a bear, right?
Yeah.
And then imagine if you did that. This nair gets demolished. Or you CC, nair gets CC grabbed. Or you shield, it gets shield grabbed. Or you forward tilt, she gets hit before the nair comes out. And then she's in a weird position, you know?
I think I need to do just one dash back nair more. I feel like I don't do that a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's pretty good too. Here's a spot where you did the empty land, but then you misjudged the timing of what Zamu did while you're on the platform. Because I think in general, if you're running off the platform, empty landing as someone up smashes, then it's like, yeah, you can grab them. But in the specifics of this situation, you like dash back to get out of the way of the up smash. And so because you spent the extra time dashing out the way to make sure you didn't get hit, you didn't have time to like run off, punish it, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it matters because now you're getting comboed and it's like...
I think I could have gotten a shield drop punish there, maybe, yeah?
Yeah, I totally think so. I think if you just like shielded fast fall bared there, it would have been good. I also think you did an extra action. You dashed to the right before dashing to the left, which made it where you got off the platform later. Or like we're in this spot later. And so, yeah, but you definitely could have like shield drop bared it and it would have been good. Oh no, bad defense. Do you think after sliding off, you thought you were going to fall the ledge?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's something weird about the position that confused you, and so then you like jumped kind of randomly, and then it was just like the worst thing to do. I think honestly,
I was missing a lot of instant up airs that day. So like some random like empty tops might just be like a missed instant up air.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think it definitely would have hit there. Might have traded, but seemed pretty good. Yeah, don't have enough time because they're close to Fox. I think it might be useful if like for us to talk about like creating a plan for when you're next to the Fox. Because being next to the Fox is really bad because you might just get hit, and it's really hard to actually get out of the way, to like escape, I guess. And so when you end up in this position, you're shielding behind the Fox, and they're coming out of lag. What are like the things that you'd want to do ideally?
If I'm shielding, usually like roll, right?
I think roll could be good. What if you don't shield? What if you're just standing next to Fox?
Just dash away.
Actually seems good too. I agree. I think, yeah, definitely in this spot, I would probably between the two. Let me see what happened beforehand, just so I am not tweaking. Think. Yeah, I probably, assuming that I think shielding there is pretty reasonable, but honestly, more so than rolling, I would have been down to hold shield. Just because there is some likelihood that Fox does like nair through, and then you get a big punish on them nairing through with like a shield grab. And then I'm kind of okay with Fox doing an early bear on the back of my shield because I could wave dash out pretty safely, you know? I think roll is good if Fox does like a late aerial and you don't want to get pressured, but I think it's actually pretty important to like look at exactly what's happening because it might change the way you want to play it. Mm. Good platform, good bear, bad setup after the bear. I think there's been a few times where you've been doing an aerial and you're not sure if it's going to hit or not, and then you end up shielding after the aerial when it hits, and you're not able to do anything. And I think that I think that means that you just kind of have to assume that the aerial is going to hit more often. Honestly.
Wait, say that again?
There's a lot of spots where you're doing an aerial and you're not sure exactly what's going to happen. And so then, like, even if it hits, you shield afterward, and you have to, like, move out of shield to try and get the combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you should just, honestly, you should, like, have your baseline be not shielding after, and then when the situation happens, kind of play it by ear and fix it with shielding later. And like lean more on things that like maybe you do this bear and you're not sure if it's gonna hit. Instead of having your baseline be like I'm gonna shield if I'm unsure, you could have it be crouch or something that leaves you more available. Yeah. I think shield's a good like worst case scenario kind of option. And it ended up mattering because you weren't set up to like properly tech chase. You end up getting reversaled for it. Here's another position where you could attack the up smash, by the way. Ooh. Nice, good reaction. I like that you empty landed, but then I kind of feel like I think you obviously messed up the execution on the knee. You meant to fast fall it, but I feel like that knee didn't make the most sense. I think
it was I missed the fast fall, but I was like I can still go for the teeter here.
Mm-hmm. I kind of feel like if I wanted to be aggressive after this, I'd be much more willing to just like short hop here and then do like a drift back nair or bear, you know?
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, it's like once you whiff next to Fox, time is of the essence. And so it's like, if you're going to be picking something anyways, I would be most willing to just pick the fastest thing and worry about how good the hit is afterward. I'd want to go for hard reads in like more kind of set up positions, you know? Oh, you missed it. Good forward tilt. Fine grab. Good stomp. Knee. Nice. Oh, you messed up. Nice. Good luck, Josh. And then you mess up your down throw. Oh no, you double jumped. Oh. I think honestly here, I'm surprised that you tried to drift in aerial initially. I would have double jumped up here, honestly, and double jumped in place and tried to make it work or whatever. But then double jumping forward after getting shine there is just like super greedy.
Yeah, it was like the worst knee of all time.
Yeah, it's like you don't even like get anything, you know? You just like hit the aerial and then like up B to ledge. It's like that's not very like good, you know?
I think I was like, I think it was a bad thought process, but I think the thought process was like, I'm gonna die here. I wonder if I can clip her trying to go to the ledge. But I think that's really greedy and foolish.
I
Paid the price
agree.
for it.
I think weighing being back on stage playing neutral as like the best possible thing is probably like the best thing to do there.
Yeah.
Because imagine you're on stage, you're gonna grab, and it's like I would love to get a grab.
Yeah.
Much more than like a random knee, you know. Grab. Read again. Oh, bad scramble. You thought you had time to do something, but Fox is really fast. I think that's like honestly going to be the biggest thing. Is just Fox is really fast and Falcon is not that fast at doing moves, and you're going to have to get really good at like telling when you can and can't do moves. Okay, let's watch one more stock and then wrap up. Nice, good bait. Okay, okay. Two pretty big mistakes immediately. I can honestly, I feel like off your down throw combos, it does not seem like you always have like an exact thing you want to be accomplishing in that moment in mind. It's like here you're like, okay, there I'm gonna down throw, and here it's like I would probably think it's best to have an exact plan depending on the DI they do and what I want. And so it's like if it's like, okay, if they DI away, I'm totally fine with going for a read on, you know, tech in place or tech roll away or whatever to see if I can get a knee off stage. And then if they tech in, I'm just gonna keep tech chasing and then see what happens or whatever, right? But I think here you didn't know what you wanted to do on tech in until the moment you decided, and then you ended up messing up because making decisions in the moment is really hard, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of happened a lot of the time where it's like you know that you're down throwing, but you don't know exactly what you want to do off of it, and then you end up messing up what you try and do because you don't like have a plan in mind. And I think kind of thinking through those situations will help.
I think right now where I'm at is like that down smash was fucking weird. I was getting freaky, but I like I've been trying to like implement all of these like Falcon like ARTC Raptor boost coverage like bullshitteries and it's kind of like frying my mental stack in some of these spots. So I think I need to like I think you're right though. I think I need to like distill down like what I'll be doing out of all this sauce I've accumulated in my pockets, you know?
Yeah. I think it's good that you're trying to do the new Falcon stuff though. And I definitely agree that it's probably mental stack related. Melee and mental stack or mental stack in melee is so important and no one talks about it.
I don't think the it was actually funny. I've been saying this for like a few months and then it came up. I was watching Ghostu's tech chasing video and he said Wizzy actually came to the same conclusion, which is so validating.
Hell yeah.
I don't think that Falcon full ARTC coverage is real because of the mental stack. Like grabbing tech in place, kneeing tech roll away, and stomping tech roll in. And they're all DI dependent. I just don't think you can do it because it's literally too fucking much to think about while you're trying to like RTC.
Yeah, I
My
agree.
theory.
I think that is very valid. There is like with a fucking quadrillion variables, and I cannot. It's hard enough to play fucking Sheik and be like, I'm gonna grab everything and hit it, you know? So like, I can't imagine being like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this specific thing on my controller. I'm gonna hit the Z button, and then also being ready to hit the jump button and the C stick to do the stomp, and also being ready to dash. Sometimes it's like
It has to be like perfect drift, like instant aerial, and like some of them don't even work if like they don't DI right because you like lose too many frames wave dashing to cover certain DI, and like it's fucked, dude.
yeah. I think it's good to have those in your pocket for situations where it's like
Oh yeah.
there's a ton of value if I do this specific thing and then leaning into it. So I
I
still
feel
think
like
it's
the
good that you're
stomp that I
learning it.
do is like that one where it's like I recognize when I got the DI to cover with stomp.
Yeah.
No, I can distract with it.
Yep. I think that's really good. But yeah, I guess for a wrap up, the main takeaways I have are that there's a lot of neutral spots you play well, but the moment it gets like, I think slightly disconnected from true neutral, you end up playing the situations pretty poorly. Whether it be like, I whiff next to Fox and I have to like judge the frame advantage and then make a decision, or like, um, okay, I want to stop Fox from doing something, maybe dashing forward being the thing, and then like having a good plan around it. A lot of the time, I think that honestly, more so than even going into the specifics, I just think that you should try and focus on how fast Fox's things are compared to yours. And
Yeah.
then just being like, well, Fox just always have the fastest thing Fox could do from a position, probably going to be Nair, in your mind, and then like base everything you do around it. And it's like, does Fox have enough time to Nair me? Okay, he does. I'm not gonna Nair. I'm gonna dash dance or CC or something. Or oh, Fox doesn't have enough time to Nair me. I'm just gonna Nair. And that's how you should like kind of guide your decision making for the spots where you know some things are going wrong after you whiff or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like that. I think that's my issue against Falco a lot recently too, but it's hard because his options look so different. Um, I was considering having us look at this Falco set. I just also have been struggling against Fox, which was like my god matchup for a minute, and it's like I want to maintain that being like one of my best matchups, you know?
Yeah.
But Falco used to be that, and now it's kind of like on the back burner. I don't know. I was wondering like, sorry, I'm like organizing my thoughts here.
Yeah. Take your time.
Yeah, I was running into like a lot of like at the same tournament I lost to Knower, and
Oh
then
yeah.
on the Sunday tournament I lost to this dude Eclipse. So Eclipse been beasting, dude. He beat like Cop and Ostentatious, bro. He's crazy.
Nice.
But I think there's just a lot of spots where like I'm like not realizing when Falco's just out frame dating me, and I don't really like. I was just getting caught in like bad spots. So I don't know. I think that'll be the next one.
Okay.
Try Falco.
That sounds good. I think once you get this down, you will unironically like triple in skill.
Really?
This is just such an important part of Falcon because the only way most people ever hit you is them just being like, well, I know I'm fast, so I'm just going to do my thing. And the moment you get good at playing those situations where people are just kind of lazily picking things because they know they're fast and Falcon's not fast, you will like open up a whole entire part of the game. That's why like Johnny or Wizzy or None will play against like foxes that they're like a good amount better than, and then they will just like three stock them easily. Is the foxes will like mash their head into them and not like pay that much attention, and they will be like, okay, well I know exactly when Fox can and can't hit me, or I can and can't do these things, and then they get big combos off of it.
Word.
Yeah, I think it'll help a lot. Also, definitely pay attention to the platform thing still. Definitely still a problem. And yeah.
The platform thing where I'm spending too much time moving on them?
Yeah. Whether it's like just whether they'll land on it or not, and then how you do the combo.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah. I think honestly if you also just like hone in a lot on simplifying, not even simplifying your combos, but just like making sure you always have a thing that you want to do that will work, and paying attention, it'll help a lot. And then building up from there. Because I do know that obviously you want to do all the really good Falcon things, but if you don't have a baseline, you can't even do the good Falcon things, you know? It's just too
Real,
hard.
dude. Real.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's all
Alright,
I
man.
have.
Appreciate it, man.
Ooh, have a good Thanksgiving.
You too.
Yeah,
Don't spend it all in one place.
I'll try not to. All right, later.